السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت, so Aisha, she said, ما رأيت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مستجمعا قط ضاحكا. She said, I have never seen the Messenger of Allah basically losing control of himself when he bursts out laughing, حتى ترى منه لهوات, until you could see his back teeth. إنما كان يتبسم, he only used to smile. متفق عليه. This hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim. So basically Aisha is narrating something about the Messenger of Allah that we learn an important lesson from. She said when he used to laugh, all of us, sometimes we find something very funny and we burst out laughing, right? And what she's basically describing is the Messenger of Allah did not lose control and just burst out laughing in uncontrollable laughter. He couldn't stop himself, so much that you can see the back of his teeth and all of that stuff. He said, but when he found something to be funny, he would smile, and it was more of a smile rather than a bursting out in laughter. So Imam al-Nawawi, he puts this hadith in the chapter of Babun fil Waqari was Sakina, the chapter of how do you translate waqar? Like tranquility or being in control of yourself and being at ease or at peace. So he puts this in there and he's basically trying to explain that what Aisha was trying to explain is that the Messenger of Allah always had control of himself, even when people would normally kind of lose control. They can't stop themselves from laughing or something like that. So of course he enjoyed humor. He found things funny. In fact, he made jokes. At the same time, he would have a level of control in all aspects of his life. And she's saying, even when it came to something that he found so funny, he still had a level of control over himself. And he's saying this is the characteristic of the Messenger of Allah. Now, one thing I want to just remind everyone is that when you interpret hadith, we should interpret them correctly. And sometimes people misunderstand these hadith. So they take them so literally that oftentimes you hear people saying, when you laugh, if your teeth start showing, then you've gone against the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and therefore you've done something wrong. So therefore, even if you find something really funny, you start going like, then it looks all weird because you try not to show your teeth because there's an authentic hadith which said that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, you couldn't see his teeth. This is not the correct way to understand hadith. The correct way is to understand the spirit of what's being told, and I can't go on and on, but what this means is the Messenger of Allah kept control of himself, right? Even when he was bursting out in laughter. So this just shows you the general characteristic of a believer is something that we should strive to attain. We may not attain it, but this is a good role model for us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand this and apply it in our own lives. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum.